Welcome to the IAT Loss Control Virtual Topic Series. Today's topic is the CDL waiver for the COVID-19 pandemic. My name is Nancy Ross Anderson. I'm a loss control specialist with IAT Insurance Group. I've been with the company for about 3 years, and I have 30 years of transportation safety experience. So let's talk about the waiver. On March 24th, the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration issued a waiver pertaining to expiring licenses for commercial vehicle drivers due to COVID-19. This was done to provide them with regulatory relief through June 30th, 2020. States, CDL holders, CLP holders, and interstate non-CDL commercial motor vehicle drivers are all addressed under the waiver. The FMCSA says the waiver was issued due to closures and staffing issues at state driver's licensing offices across the country as a result of coronavirus and social distancing recommendations issued by the CDC. The FMCSA also recognizes that many healthcare providers who perform DOT medical exams are no longer offering those services. They are focusing their efforts on combating the pandemic. Given the national emergency, there is a public need to address immediate transportation for essential supplies, equipment, and persons, which requires an adequate and sustained supply of CDL holders, CLP holders, and drivers operating commercial motor vehicles. This waiver provides needed relief from specified FMCSRs for CDL holders, CLP holders, and non-CDL drivers, the FMCSA says. Now, the waiver provides relief through June 30th, 2020, or to whenever the President revokes the national state of emergency, whichever is soonest. There are some very specific provisions that come along with this waiver. It extends until June 30th, the maximum period of CDL validity for commercially licensed drivers due for renewal on or after March 1st, 2020. It also extends that period of validity for commercial license permit holders, and it does not require that they have to retake the general and endorsement knowledge tests. It waives the requirement for the permit holders to wait 14 days to take the CDL skills test. And it waives the requirement that a valid medical and certification is done, provided that they have proof that they had a valid medical certification that was issued for a period of 90 days or longer and that expired on or after March 1st, 2020. It also has a requirement that the state driver's licensing agencies will not move those drivers to not certified upon expiration of that medical examiner certificate or medical variance. And it waives the requirement under the state driver's licensing agency to initiate a CDL or CLP downgrade upon the expiration of that medical certificate. Again, provided that they have proof of a medical certificate exam that expired on or after March 1st. Now, there are some additional stipulations. It doesn't apply if the license expired prior to March 1st, 2020. It doesn't apply if the driver's privileges have been suspended or withdrawn for any offense, traffic offenses, drug and alcohol offenses, or if they've been considered an imminent danger by the FMCSA. Now, drivers claiming relief under the waiver must carry a copy of that expired medical certificate. And this is really important because if they can't produce that copy, then they're not going to be covered. And drivers who've been diagnosed with a disqualifying medical condition since their last medical certification are also not covered. So that would be if a driver has had a heart attack and not been recertified, if they've been diagnosed with high blood pressure and they have been given a medical exam that was for 90 days only, then they cannot use this waiver. The waiver does not cover medical certificates originally issued for less than 90 days, and it does not cover commercial motor vehicle operations that require the following endorsements: doubles or triple trailers, passenger endorsements, a tank vehicle, hazardous materials, a combination of tank vehicle and hazardous materials, and a school bus. And last, the carriers must notify the FMCSA within 5 business days of an accident involving any driver operating under this waiver. Now, a suggested practice that we are making for all motor carriers is that you should note the use of the waiver on driver's lists that indicate expiration of credentials so that they can be tracked and updated when the extension expires. Now, don't be surprised if this extension is extended beyond June 30th. I just don't anticipate that our state of emergency is going to end by then. Now, as of today, when this recording, there have been no amendments or changes since the original waiver was issued. However, for the most up-to-date information, please go to the FMCSA website listed below. That is www.fmcsa.dot.gov/COVID-19. Well, that concludes our virtual topics for today. Thank you for joining us. For further information, please contact IAT Loss Control at losscontrol@iatinsurance.com. Again, loss control at iatinsurance.com.